What's up, everybody? It's Power Sports Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're coming at you again from Extreme Power Sports, Opelika, Alabama. Check us out on the website, the web, the interwebs, the Google thing, the Bing thing, the whatever it is. Firefox, if you're still one of them old folks still, or Escape Navigator. Maybe you're old and you like Escape Navigator. That's okay. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. I'm probably showing my age. Anyway, today I have two units. Little not as flashy maybe, but one unit is a pretty new unit from CF Moto. The other unit's a unit that's been around from Polaris for a while. We're going to kind of compare them, talk about them, maybe who they're for, and how they can fit into your trail riding or your household needs maybe even. We'll go from there. So today we've got Polaris Trail 900 Premium and the Zforce 950 Trail from CF Moto, and very similar units, I have to say. Very, very similar. When you really start looking at them, very, very similar. So anyway, let's start talking about them, and everybody say, hey, Abby. I know, she's excited to be here, as always. She loves us so much. All right, that's not why we're here to talk to Abby. Maybe you'd rather have Abby talk to you on YouTube than me. She probably sounds better on video than what I do, but that's okay. All right, as I said, these two units, very, very similar, guys. If you're looking to buy one of these, you're probably buying one because it's a smaller footprint, a much, much better price point than a lot of vehicles that are on the market, and you know, they're really very, very capable machines. So if you don't have to have the biggest and the baddest and all the things, these vehicles are something that you should be looking at and really take a look. So first, we'll go ahead and look at the Polaris. This machine's been made for a while. Polaris had it in 800 version in the past. It has since been modified or turned into, I should say, the 900. And again, this is the premium model. So there's a kind of a base model which does not have the power steering. That's the biggest difference. The premium does have the power steering. And of course, they have Ultimate, which is going to have, I believe, the ride command and all that kind of stuff. What stands out the most probably to you is, again, that smaller footprint. These vehicles are only 50 inches wide. There are some places, I believe, out west in different parts of the country that require you to have a 50-inch wide vehicle or less to ride in some of the trails. That is where these vehicles shine the most. You get one of the big Pro Rs or Turbo Rs or something like that that's in that 72, 74-inch wide wheelbase or width, excuse me, and they're not going to work. They're way too big. Down here in the South, again, we're in Alabama. Our trails are not really set up for 6 feet or for a Pro R or a Turbo R. Plenty of guys ride them, and I know that somebody's going to bash me. I ride it everywhere I want to go. Yeah, I hear you. I understand. But when it comes to nimble and getting around, this smaller footprint is just phenomenal. So let's take a look at the premium. Again, premium model. It's got nice LED headlights. It's got the little fang lights, if you want to call it that. It's got 26-inch tall tires on the 14-inch wheel. Polaris has been running that PXT tire for a long time. It's just kind of one of their staples, if you will. Now, this machine does have the full doors, which is nice. Some of the other models in the past have just kind of had this part of the door, and the lower door has been an option, but this machine has the full door. That's not a two-piece. That is a one-piece design. And let's kind of pop this open. You can see the door swings out. Really nice seats in the premium, a lot nicer than what's in kind of the sport model. Got this nicer material stitching, almost of a perforated type material that's probably better for breathing and keeping you from sweating your booty off when you're sitting in this thing. Speaking of sitting in it, if you are the passenger, and Abby, if you're the passenger riding in one of these, what's the best thing about the passenger seat?
Handle.
The handle. What would we call the handle? She's not going to say what. She's too busy like Facebooking or something over there. She's going to say the handle and not say the foo schnackle handle. We'll call it the foo schnackle handle. Okay? That's a That's copyrighted, folks, so don't use that. Anyway, this handle does adjust if your significant other or someone's driving and they get a little wild. You can hold on to that. It does adjust, or it can be removed too. So pull the little pin right there, and you can actually take it out. The machine does have a glove box here on the passenger side. It also has a little door. Let's open that door. A lot of people, I know there's some videos out there, but not everybody opens everything. Not a big box, but a little bit of a box. You can put some junk in there, your phone, wallet, keys. PWK, as someone taught me a long time ago, don't leave home without PWK. Let's see. Typical shifter, high range, low range, neutral, reverse, park. So one thing this model has that some of the RZRs don't have is the turf mode. And when I mean turf mode is in your full-wheel drive right here, like a lot of the Rangers, or pretty much all Rangers have, is a turf mode. So it's going to unlock the diff on the back, and it's going to allow you to basically ride around the yard and not rip up the grass as much. And then you got your basically your true two-wheel drive. And then you got your all-wheel drive, which kicks in on a Polaris after the wheels start to spin and turn like 1/20th of one rotation or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Don't quote me on that, and don't hit me if I'm wrong. Driver's seat. Driver's seat does have the slider down here, so the driver's seat is adjustable. That's kind of nice. Does have tilt steering. By the way, you've also got the drains in the floor. I've showed this on some of the other models. So I think I hit the CF Moto U-Force heavy on the floor because their floor is not this smooth finish. This is very smooth, folks. The only grip you've got really is kind of like on this little foot pad over there in the corner, and really that's it. This is all smooth. So this is going to be full of mud and water if you're riding this thing. I mean, almost just this is the way it's going to be. Very, very slippery. I don't know why there's not more traction or something in here to keep you a little more planted, I guess. 2 cup holders. You gotta have a place to put your favorite cold beverage. You've got the 12-volt power outlet as well. Let's go on to the driver's side real quick. I don't think I showed you, but the lights. And we'll kick on the key real quick. We're not going to worry about starting it. I mean, you guys are probably 1,000 videos about these things running and driving, but typical gauge cluster has been around for a while. Tachometer on the right-hand side, speedometer on the left, all your important stuff in the middle as far as fuel gauge, tell you what gear you're in, your full drive indicator, your clock, hit the button here and we can kind of toggle engine out, or excuse me, temperature, service indicator, how many hours are on the engine, voltage output, trip 2, trip 1, I'm going backwards, but it's okay, odometer, and then you click this mode, you can change if you want it to be in tachometer mode, you want your temperature up top, speedometer, you know, whatever you want to do. It's kind of customizable. And you can change the backlighting and the color and all that too. Kind of a nice feature. I don't think I've said it, but it does have tilt steering. I think I mentioned that, but just saying it again. Nice size bed for a 900 still. Cargo box load is rated at 300 pounds on this guy. Maximum weight capacity in the vehicle, 740 pounds. This machine does have the 1 1/4 inch tow hitch. So you got to get one of the little funny bars. I don't really like the little ones, but you know, a hitch is better than no hitch. Can't beat that. And I left the key on. Let me turn the key off real quick. Don't want to run out of battery. Sorry about that, guys. I'll talk about suspension. Kind of a basic suspension, basic shock. Nothing super fancy. You can adjust the preload right there, of course. This thing has about, if I recall, about 11 inches of ground clearance. And that's about it. So, now, let's go to the CF Moto. Again, this is the Z-Force 950 trail model. They make a few different versions of the 950, but this is the trail model. Trail model meaning, again, 50 inches wide. Has the full doors because not all the 950 Z-Forces have the full doors, but this one does. Really got, I mean, look at the tires and wheels. Really nice wheel, 26-inch wheel, or excuse me, tire, and a 14-inch wheel like the Polaris. But if you look at them side by side, I mean, that tire on the CF Moto, even though it's supposed to be the same size, is just so much bigger. I mean, I don't know. Let me look on here. 26.914 and 26.912. I told you it was a 14-inch wheel. I don't know why I told you it was a 14-inch wheel. I thought it looked tiny. That's a 12-inch wheel. I apologize for that, folks. Let's see. Okay, so I told you a minute ago you had 1.25-inch receiver on the Polaris. This has the full 2-inch receiver, so you can take your bar out of your truck, slide it into this thing, and be off and running. Maximum tow capacity, believe it or not, 1,500 pounds on this guy. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I believe the Polaris is 1,000. I can't remember. Wish I could remember it. 1,500 pounds too. I'm sorry. I thought it was 1,000. 1,500 pounds on the 900 as well. So all in all, very comparable right there. Bed, nice size bed. Almost the same rating, a touch more, 330 pounds in the bed on this guy. Also, let's look at the suspension. So told you standard shock standard suspension on the RZR 900 Trail Premium. This is, again, the Z-Force. This has the nice piggyback shocks. There we go. You can see it right there. So what that means, look at that. You got your adjustment right there. Soft and hard, baby. Soft and hard. You can control the suspension. You make it, again, a little more soft for your riding needs, or you want to stiffen it up, ride it more aggressive, you can obviously stiffen it up and do so. This guy has about 10 inches of ground clearance. I think the Polaris has just a touch more, but not too big of a deal really on this model if you ask me. Let's make a note here, folks. 900 Trail Z-Force. What's the Z-Force have? Look at that right there. Right there. It's got a 3,500 pound winch from the factory already installed, folks. Also, look at that on the top. That's a poly hard top already installed from the well, we installed it. I shouldn't say maybe installed from the factory, but it comes with it from the factory, and we install it. But folks, that's about a $300-400 option winch there, depending upon the winch. If you're putting one on the Polaris, probably going to cost you install and all every bit of $800-900 roughly off the top of my head. And let's talk money. I don't usually talk about money before I get into this. I'm just thinking about money. Folks, this machine, 18,000 bucks MSRP, just over actually. This guy right here, you're 13,000, $5,000 difference. Whew, folks, $5,000 is a chunk of change. I would love to have an extra $5,000 in my pocket. I don't know about you. Now, I did not say not buy the Polaris. Polaris is a very nice machine. But man, $5,000, that's a lot. So the Polaris door is open, kind of a suicide type door. See if motor doors, old school, just like you're getting in mom's Cadillac, so to speak, if you want to say that. But nice full door, nice material, really like it. Remember me talking about the floor a while ago? The Polaris was just all smooth in the bottom and didn't have anything extra to kind of grip onto. Now, this is what I'm talking about. They think of everything. It's got the drain, same foot pad over here. It's kind of like the Polaris, but on the bottom, look at all the different lines and etching and different things. Much more traction, much more grip. I mean, you can't beat that. Talk about the seats. Really nice material on the seats, nice stitching. It's got holes cut out in the seat, whereas the Polaris does not have holes set up like this. So if you want to run some harnesses, kind of already set up to do so. Has the same, what did I call the handle? Okay. Trademark it. I don't remember, so it's not a very good trademark probably. But the Ofo Schnickel, something like that handle. Again, same park, neutral, reverse, high or low range, all that kind of fun stuff. Obviously, headlight switch. Oh, one thing Polaris, or excuse me, wow, CF Moto has the normal mode, the sport mode. Basically, changes your mapping and everything on the vehicle. So normal, just kind of everyday sport, full-on performance. And they call it a little something different in the U-Force, but we're not talking about a U-Force. We're not worried about that. I want to get inside. I just want you to see this. All right, we'll hold this up a little bit. Can you see how much room I have in here? The wheel's kind of up. My seat is all the way back. Abby was driving, so I had the seat. The seat was like eating the steering wheel because she's like, 3.5 feet tall. I'm 6'3", plenty of room in here, which is nice. Look at my legs. Foot on the gas pedal, other foot on the pedal, or the little resting pad over here, and I got plenty of room in here. Awesome, gotta love it. Cup holders on the passenger side, and you can see Abby's water hanging out here. Not a very good demo, probably with her water hanging halfway out of it, but there we go. Put it in the hole. I like it how it's right here and not here in the middle. You got this little kind of phone holder, I'm gonna call it. I don't know, wallet holder, snack holder. I don't know, something like that. Glove box on top, which is kind of cool. Lots of room in that thing. I mean, tons of room. No glove box under here. You do have the 12-volt outlet. I don't know what these little circular things are for. It almost looks like air vents, but they're not air vents, so I don't know. Again, limited slip diff, four-wheel drive, diff lock on this guy. This is your override for four-wheel drive, meaning you can go a little faster in four-wheel drive when you engage it versus when it's not on. And then you got a little glove box actually here on the driver's side too, which is unique. And honestly, I didn't even know this was here until when I was looking at this machine. I've never looked in here. It's just all new to me. It's crazy. Oh, you see the winch control in here? That's the remote for the winch. You can see it's plugged in right there. So in and out for the winch. And let's turn the key on. It's got a nice display. It doesn't have the full TFT display that's on like the Zforce 1000, but still a really nice gauge. Speedometer, fuel tank, odometer, trip meter, four-wheel drive indicator, you know, all the basic stuff in a nutshell. Let's see if we can get some buttons on here. See, it goes to trip meter, hour meter, how bright it is. You got your voltage output. Obviously, there's the LEDs right there, how bright it is. You can adjust all this if you want to play with it. And I can't remember how to do it. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. There we go. Clock's flashing, so you just hold the set button. You can start adjusting the clock and all that. We're not going to worry about going into all those settings. Oh, it's going to make me go. Okay, all good. Even look at the steering wheel. I mean, look at the steering wheel on the Polaris. You can see it from here. Just not bad. It's just plain black. You know, it says Razor on it. Nice little center piece to it. Let's see if Meadow. I mean, really smooth. Finish on the outside of it where your hands are going to go. You get this kind of piano black inlay here, silver in the bottom, and then of course the logo right here in the middle. I mean, just really nice touches, folks. Really, really nice touches. Both machines have the kind of. Actually, I take that back. I don't know why I said that. Both machines. Okay, let me get out. I'm rambling. I know. I apologize, but hang on. Give me one more minute of your time before you turn me off and go to some other person's video that's not as good. How about that? All right, look at the Polaris. Roll cage on the Polaris, old school round tube design. So the windshield, the top, the back panel, all the things are okay. I mean, Polaris have been doing it a long time, so they're not bad. However, what's better is just like some of the other Polaris vehicles, the Z-Force here has the etched roll cage. So what that means is like a windshield on this thing is going to sit in here and it's going to be a tighter fit. It's going to be quieter. It's going to look nicer fittings, all the things, folks. So, I think that covers it. I don't know if I get into horsepower. I started talking about money a while ago now, and I did that. I don't think I talked about horsepower. This guy, 900 Polaris, 75 horsepower. This guy, Z-Force 950, 85 horsepower. So one more time, let me help you out. A little synopsis. Ready? 18,000-ish, 13,000-ish, top, winch. Nicer shocks in my opinion. Equal everything else numbers-wise as far as towing, capacity, leg room, yada, yada, yada. And folks, $5,000 less. I mean, I don't know how you can really go wrong with one. At least try it. Folks, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, we really need your likes. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the little button, subscribe. We have a lot of videos coming. I'm getting ready. Look at this. Abby's chilling. She's just chilling. I mean, she is living the dream, folks. You know what she's doing? Look at this. You see this? Pioneer 1006, folks. Many of you haven't even seen a Pioneer 1006 because when one comes in, someone's waiting on it and it goes back out the door. This thing is going to be gone by this weekend, I bet you. Anyway, I'm doing the video next. So stay tuned, subscribe, you'll get a notification whenever you get a new video. And if you don't like the video, well, I'm sorry. Once again, tell me why, and we'll do better next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.